Hey everyone, how you doing? I'll tell you what I've noticed just recently. There's an awful lot of apostates that are sort of rubbing their hands together at the very thought that they believe they might be near the point where they could actually be bringing down the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society. I don't know. I don't know whether they're sort of misguided, but I just know one thing. Since the start of the preaching, which is over 100 years ago, there have been people that have tried to stop the preaching. Hitler wasn't able to do it. None of the fascist dictators were able to stop the preaching. Yes, they could throw the Jehovah's Witnesses alongside the Jews and put them in the concentration camps, but they weren't able to stop the preaching. The preaching went on. And there probably wasn't one day where somewhere in the world somebody was speaking about God's kingdom. And even during COVID-19, they weren't out on the magazine catwalk, but they were writing letters and they were still preaching about the good news of the kingdom or the next government to come, as I say. So they haven't, as yet, had a full stop to the preaching. So it may not be as easy as you think. Even if the apostates have got the best lawyers that money can buy, that still may not be enough. And I'll explain why. Let's go over to Acts 5:30 and 38. Of course, we know all about this scribes and Pharisees situation, but the wisest of the Pharisees makes this utterance about these men. If their teachings or if what they have to say is just from men, then it will amount to nothing. But he said, well, basically saying that it will be overthrown. The men who perpetuate these teachings and those teachings come to nothing because they don't have the breath of what I call spirituality running through it, then they will amount to nothing. Can we apply this to the Jehovah's Witnesses? Can we say or bring this up to modern day situation? And can we say that if the Jehovah's Witness governing body, or what I call the remnant of God's woman's seed of Genesis 3:15, if they come under a sustained attack, which they do expect at some stage, and their teachings were only ever man-made teachings, then surely they would fall. They would fall to the ground and they would have no fight. There'd be nothing behind them to stand up to that fight, should it go to that courtroom situation. And then we would have our answer. We would know, wouldn't we, for sure. But what happens on the other side of the coin if they come under attack and it's as if it is like the prophecy says, that someone has touched the eye socket of God and God then reacts immediately? It's not just this event that is going to culminate in the start of the Great Tribulation. It will be the peace and security, but it will also be this event where they come under this attack. The seed of God's woman, the remnant, the remaining ones that are still left on the earth. And it's at that point there, when they're attacked, that there will be a reaction from whoever it is that considers them to be important, because they are the ones that are perpetuating his kingdom. So if men have tried in the past, and we know they have, and throughout history, we look away from the Jehovah's Witnesses with this one, and we look to anybody that has supported and tried to get the Bible in wide circulation. There's been a sustained attack on those as well. And God has always found a way to keep his word and make it available. So is he going to do the same in our time? Is he going to protect his word and keep it sacred and support those that are also perpetuating his Father's kingdom and promoting his interest? Or are we just going to witness them dropping to the floor because they don't have the breath of spirituality? It's a tough one, a very tough one. And I'm sure we will get our answer at some stage.